Hi everybody and welcome to your classroom. I'm so excited that we are going to be coming to Huntington Beach to do our service learning project, which is our seeds to shoreline. So far we've harvested the seeds, we've grown them in the hothouse, and now what we're going to do in preparation for our day here out at the park, I want to go over a couple of things and show you some stuff, so that's why I'm here. So the first thing is, I want to talk to you about safety. So first of all, we'll give you water. I want you guys to stay hydrated. If you have old boots, like that would be a great thing to wear. If not, old pair of sneakers. And if you don't have any of that stuff, we've got sneakers at the school. We'll make sure everybody has what they need for the field trip. If you have sunscreen, make sure you bring that because you're going to need that while we're out here. Hats are always a great idea, and sunglasses. Leave the technology at home because you'll be happier without it. One less thing to lose. The other thing is, if the weather right now is great, but if the weather is not good, we've got some extra jackets at school, but I suggest you all just pack a rain jacket or something. That way you'll have it for while you're out here. So first of all, I love you guys, and I'm so excited that you've been in Science Club all year long, and we've been doing a lot of learning about why we protect our ecosystems. We've done monitoring of our storm drains, and we looked at them and saw what happens when runoff comes in. We've been taking care of our rain garden and the benefits of that. So today we're at the marsh, and we're going to start looking at the benefits of being in a salt marsh and why is it so important that we're doing this restoration. So we've already gone over some of the reasons why it's important, but I want to talk to you about a couple of things. So if you don't know what something is, I don't know everything either. So this is a great field guide that we're going to use. So everybody's learning, we're always learning. So this is available for you guys to use while you're out here. The other thing is, remember we all made our nature journaling. So we've got our kits. So those of you who don't want to get muddy might want to be drawing while you're out here. So we have different activities for you to do. It's like choose your own adventure. So you get to pick which things that you want to do. So let's talk to you about those things. First off, we're going to be doing a marsh sweep. So these are our grabbers. We only grab garbage, not our friends. So we'll be using these. And if you look at the marsh over here, this is all Spartina. That's what we're going to plant. But if you look a little bit upland, you see the darker stuff? That's called needle rush. And if you bend down in there, that little tops will stick you. So we want to make sure that we're using these. That way when we go down into the marsh, our hands are not going down into the grass. So just make sure you're safe with that. All right. So the next thing is we'll do a transect activity. So inside of this bucket, we have different things. We'll be able to test the pH of the water, and the easy way to do that is we have a pH chart, and most of us have already done pH testing when we did our rain garden, so you should be familiar with that. We have a water bottle, and then we have the spoon to get a little bit of the soil, so when we test that, and we'll also have a thermometer that we can test the temperature of either the water. So if we're at the marsh, we'll do a sample down there. We'll do one midland, and then we'll do one upland back into the area back there. So speaking of that, when we're finished with that, we're going to go in and we're going to plant our Spartina. So because it's super important, we are going to be doing some measurements on all of our Spartina grass. So I've got Tom. Y'all know Tom. He's the best, I know. All right, so Tom and I are gonna go in there and we're gonna plant some Spartina. And I'm gonna grab a ruler we're going to need to measure. So I want you to follow me in. This is a guy because he likes to wave his claws at the chicks. All right. So note to self, when you're walking through the marsh, if you get stuck, don't pull your foot out really fast because you'll leave your boot in there. Okay, so here, Tom, I'm going to give you this. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is take your plant that we brought, and I want you to measure each one of the stalks, and I'll record. So I'm going to record the height of each of them. So if you have to bring your ruler up a couple of times, that would be fine, and we can just record that. So how tall is that stalk?
About 46 centimeters.
46 centimeters is our first. All right, do the other one, the real tall one, and then we've got a short one. So there's actually 3 stalks in this little dish here that we've got, the little cup. 69 centimeters, that's a good one. And how about the little baby one down on the end?
He's only about
15 centimeters, beautiful. All right, I'm gonna put this back. So we'll do the same with the other one. So let me put this chart back because I can't put that down. All right. All right, so while we're here, Tom. This is what you have to do when you come to the marsh. This is pickleweed. Taste it. Right? Taste like salt.
See it?
Just take a little bite. Salty, yeah. So you can actually eat pickleweed, which is kind of cool. All right, so when we plant our Spartina here, what you're going to want to do is think about your hand, is about the depth that we want to dig these holes. So here you go. And we're going to dig a hole here. Ooh, that one worked well. Yep, knock it off. Yep, so that's about, almost about a shovel is how deep we're going to do it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this out. If there's any soil from our planting, we're going to try to leave the soil in the cup. So you go ahead, you can take your plant. All right. Super important that we end up taking our plastic cups back, all right, because we're going to use them again for next year. All right, so let's see if we can push this over a little bit more. Yep, here we go. And I'm going to give you all of those pieces. All right, and so what we're going to do, if you look over here, all of this area over here has been replanted. So we've done this over the past couple of years. So what we're going to do once we're finished here is we're going to go to the beach, and they've got some beach aramith that we're going to plant in the dunes. And it's another one of these plants that has been on the decline, and we're going to plant it on the dunes and help restore the dunes. So Mike Walker from Huntington Beach is going to tell you all about it. And I think I'm just going to make sure on my checklist. Oh, if we have time, we're going to also seine in the water. And that's where we'll definitely want our plant or our IDs, because we're going to find a bunch of stuff in there. So I'm going to pause the video right now, and I want us as a class to talk about the benefits of the salt marsh. So you can keep that running for just a second. So we're going to look at, there's 4 things that the marsh is super important for. So after hearing all your responses, you guys are amazing, because you remember that it is a great stormwater. It breaks everything down. That's why it smells so much. It's what's breaking it down. It also is great for floods. It will absorb all that extra water. We have it for a baby nursery. If you look out there, that low tide out there, all those little tiny baby organisms are all surviving out there and hiding in the marsh grass. And then finally, it helps us as hurricanes. So it's a buffer for when storms come in. So we want this stuff to be here to help protect us. Okay, so I'm so excited about the field trip. Tom, you rock. Thank you so much for helping us today. And guys, make sure if you need stuff that you let me know, because we got plenty of extra stuff. And we'll pack a little extra in case you forget. But excited to see you guys. Make sure you turn in your permission slips.